Hello, Rin. You have a nice jacket. Is that part of the school uniform? Or is that your own jacket? Anyway. I'm a bit surprised. The person talking to Issei is Tosaka Rin from Class 2A. She's a lady who lives in a big mansion on top of the hill, a perfect honor student. Good-looking, smart, athletic, and faultless. She's intelligent, well-mannered, and modest about her looks. People say she's the ideal woman. So, it hardly needs to be said that the guys at my school treat her like an idol. Though in Tosaka's case, she's so perfect that she's considered unreachable. It's common to believe that only teachers and guys like Issei can even talk to her. Now, to be honest, I'm a guy too, so I'm one of Tosaka Rin's admirers. Oh boy. Tosaka looks at us as if she's in a bad mood. It seems to be true that she and Issei don't get along. Wow. Issei's an amazing man, talking like that and ignoring Tosaka.
そんなこと気にするな。で、次はどこだよ。あんまり時間ないぞ。ああ、次は視聴覚室だ。前から調子が悪かったそうなんだが、この度ついに天寿を全うされた。天寿全うしてたら直せないだろ。買い直した方が早いぞ。そうなんだが、一応見てくれると助かる。俺から見れば臨終だが、お前から見れば仮病かもしれん。そうか。なら試そう。
There's only about 30 minutes left until homeroom. I have to hurry if I'm gonna fix it. I start before the AV room with Issei, but it's impolite to ignore her completely when we've met like this. I turn back to Tosaka, who's standing in a daze.
朝早いんだな、Tosaka.
What was that face? I make an honest comment and follow Issei.
ギリギリ間に合ったか。すまんな、エミヤ。また苦労をかけた。頼み事をした上に遅刻させては友人失格だ。別に気にするな。俺が遅刻する分には大したことじゃないだろ。ま、一星が遅刻するのは問題だけど。もっともだ。いや、間に合ってよかった。
And I guess we're just fixing things as a favor for Issei. Issei heads to his seat, relieved. It's exactly 8 o'clock. The first homeroom bell has rung, so Fujine should be here in about 5 minutes. I'm a bit out of breath since we ran here from the AV room. Taking a deep breath, I head to my seat.
朝から騒がしいね、エミヤ。部活を辞めてから何をしてるかと思えば、竜道の太鼓持ち？僕には関係ないけどさ、うちの評判を落とすようなことはしないでよね。君、なんていうか、節操ないからさ。
Well, it's you again. Mato Shinji, a friend of mine from middle school, is standing in front of my seat. As you can tell from his last name, he's Sakura's brother, who's 1 year older than her. Right, so he's the friends, or rather, the sister of the friend we mentioned.
弓道部は落ち着いてるか、シンジ。当然だろう。部外者に話してもしょうがないけど、目立ちたがり屋が一人減ったんで平和になったんだ。次の大会だっていいところまで行くさ。
A attention hog?
そうか。三綴りも頑張ってるんだな。はあ？何見当違いなこと言ってんの？弓道部が記録を伸ばしてるのは僕がいるからに決まってるじゃんか。 エミヤさ、とっくに部外者なんだから、知ったような口を叩くと恥をかくよ。
You know, for a friend from middle school, you don't act like a friend.
そうか、気をつけよう。もっとも弓道部に用はないから関わることはないけどな。
I put my bag on the desk and pull out the chair.
何それ。僕の弓道部には興味がないってこと？
興味じゃなくて用だよ。部外者なんだからおいそれと道場に行くのは変だろう。けど何かあったら言ってくれ。手伝えることがあったら手伝う。弦張りとか弓の直し、シンジは苦手だったろ？
そう、サンキュー。何か雑用があったら声をかけるよ。ま、そんなことはないだろうけどさ。
ああ、それがいい。雑用を残しているようなやつは首相失格だからな。あんまり藤村先生を困らせるなよ。あの人怒ると本気で怖いぞ。
Wow, isn't Shinji just vice captain rather than full captain?
余計なお世話だ。ともかくお前はもう部外者なんだから道場に近づくなよ。
Why is he so angry? Shinji returns to his seat in his usual manner. He seemed even more irritated than usual today.
ふざけたやつだ。自分からエミヤを追い出しておいて、よくもあんな口が聞ける。
なんだ伊勢、いたのか？
なんだとはなんだ。気を利かして聞き耳を立てていた友人に向かって、なんと冷淡な男だお前は。
You're my true friend, Issei.
なんで気を利かすのさ。俺一斉に心配されるようなことをしてないぞ。
たわけ、心配もするわ。エミヤはカッとなりやすいからな。真珠に殴りかかれば皆は喝采を送るが、女どもからは非難の嵐だ。友人をそんな微妙な立場に置くのはよろしくない。
そっか。言われてみればそうだ。ありがとう伊勢。そんなことにはならないだろうけど、今の心配はありがたい。
Yeah, they mentioned before, I guess. I don't know why, but they mentioned like all the girls just love Shinji for some reason. He seems like an asshole though. I don't get it.
わかればよろしい。だが意外だったぞ。エミヤは怒りやすいくせにマトウには寛大なんだな。
ああ、あれはシンジの味だからな。付き合いが長いと慣れてくる。
Just get used to it.
そんなものか。
そんなものです。ほら、納得したら席に戻れよ。そろそろ藤村先生がすっ飛んでくるぞ。
Literally, she'll fly in through the window.
あの方は飛んでくるというより浮いてくるという感じだから。
The homeroom bell rings. Our homeroom teacher usually would come 5 minutes early, but our homeroom teacher isn't like that. For class 2C, homeroom starts 1 minute after the bell rings. Right when you hear... And Fujine runs into the classroom. That was a quite a slide. Oh, she's dead. Fujine falls over with a terrible sound. This is now a horror visual novel. We must find the murderer. He's been stabbed. The classroom is filled with silence, in contrast to the clamor from a second ago. A sudden change of atmosphere. Just as you expect from Fujine. Her nickname of Human Jet Coaster isn't just for show. But that really was a bad hit. Fujine is still on the ground, having hit her head on the platform. I guess the victim and the culprit is the same person. You can't see her expression with her head facing the ground, but gives you a bad mental image.
おい、前の席のやつ、先生起こしてやれよ。
やだよ。近づいた途端パクって食べられたら怖いもん。
ミミックじゃあるまいし、さすがに藤村でもそこまでやらねえだろ。
A mimic.
あんたね、そう言うんなら自分で起こしてあげなさいよ。
うわ、俺パス。こういうの苦手。
私だって苦手よ。だいたいなんで女の子にやらせるわけ？男子やりなさいよね、男子。
A guy should wake up a unconscious person on the ground. I don't. What are these weird gendered? What's the word? Notions. The front row is getting noisy. As if we're in the middle rows, we can't tell what sort of state Fujine is in. We can't tell, so we all stand up to look.
ちょっと先生動いてないぞ。気絶してんじゃないのか？
Someone asks. If so, the problem will be how to get her to the nurse's office. Everyone here is a warrior who has been with Fujine for the past year. They probably want to get out of the habit of taking their teacher to the nurse's office.
藤村先生、大丈夫ですか？
A brave female student calls out to her. Fujine doesn't even twitch. Well, I guess she's dead. A sense of worry runs through the room.
まずいって今の転び方。こう頭から直角に教壇に突っ込んだじゃないか。あれで無傷だったら藤村無敵っぽいって。いっそのこと野球部にスカウトするのはどうだろう。やめろよな、そういう脅しは。タイガーが顧問になった日には俺たち甲子園行っちまうぞ。
藤村先生、藤村先生、ダメ。なんか反応ないよ。
おい、お前目の前なんだから起こしてやれよ。嫌だよ俺。もし死んでたら殺されかねねえ。
でも
How will that work?
だからってほっといたら後が怖いと思うし。
でも誰も近づきたくないと。仕方ねえな。こうなったらあれしかないか。
What are we doing?
うん。あれだね。
Are? All our hearts become one. Well, not Shinji and I, because we're too scared. Taiga. Even though everyone said it at the same time, it's only as loud as a whisper. The Taiga part is especially quiet. But still, a twitch. The silent Fujine reacts.
動いた。効き目ありだぞみんな。
よし、続けろ。学校ロートンの刑じゃ。
Everyone must be stressed from the impending exams. Even though they shouldn't, they repeat Fujine's nickname while waving their arms. So, oh yeah, well I guess that's her nickname. Taiga.
起きろタイガー。朝だぞ。
先生、起きないとタイガーです。
負けるなタイガー。立ち上がれタイガ
Taiga.
ー。よし、起きろ先生。それでこそタイガーだぜ。
Taiga. Thus the room explodes. A roar of lightning. She stands bravely as if the fall has done nothing at all.
みんな何してるの？ダメよ、ホームルーム中に席を立っちゃ。ほらほら、始めるから座りなさい。
Fujine stands before everyone in her usual manner. It seems all memories from the moment she entered the classroom have fled her head.
おい、タイガー覚えてないみたいだぞ。
Isn't that a cause for concern? Because usually that's a symptom of brain damage.
ラッキー。朝からついてるな、俺たち。
Oh well, we're just not gonna worry about it.
いや、ついてるっていうのかな、こういうの。
Everyone returns to their seats, chatting.
今誰か先生のことバカにしなかった？
え、してないっすよ。気のせいじゃないっすか。
そっか、ならよし。じゃあ今朝のホームルームを始めるから、みんなおとなしく聞くように。
Fujine starts homeroom slowly. She chats in between the announcements, so we don't get through it very fast.
そういうわけだからみんなも下校時刻を守るように。門限は6時だから部活の子たちも長居しちゃダメよ。
6時って言ったらすぐじゃんか。大河先生、それって運動系は免除されないの？
されません。それと後藤くん、先生のことは藤村先生って言わなくちゃダメなんだから、次に名前で呼んだら怒るからね。
はーい、以後注意します。
Goto-kun sits down again, not showing any signs of listening to her. How stupid of him. Fujine gets mad when she says she will. It makes no difference that he's a student and she's a teacher. He doesn't realize that she just gave him a final warning.
それじゃあ今日のホームルームはここまで。みんな3次元目の英語で会おうね。
Fujine leaves, waving her hand. She's the teacher responsible for the class 2C, Fujimura Taiga. Her nickname is Taiga. You might doubt it, but it really is her nickname. People like calling her so since she has a name like Taiga, but Fujine herself hates the nickname. According to her, it's unfeminine. But she's that kind of person, so I think it's her own fault that she has an unfeminine nickname.
授業を始める。日直礼を。
The teacher for the first period enters as Fujine exits. It's like this every morning, as Fujine continues homeroom until the very last minute. And the classes end like every other day. There are many kinds of students. Ones that go to clubs, ones that hurry home, the going home club, and ones that stay in the classroom for no reason. It looks like I won't be in any of those categories.
すまない。ちょっといいか、エミヤ。今朝の続きなんだが、今日は時間あるか？
いや、予定はあるといえばあるけど。
It's not like I'm just playing around. After all, the main reason I quit the archery club is because I wanted to prioritize work. It's already been 5 years since father died, and I decided to start working to pay my living expenses. If you work a lot, there are some jobs you just can't refuse. Today's an example. They're restocking inventory at work, and he asked me to come to help. Asked me to come if I can, as any help is appreciated. But it's certainly not something I have to go to. They're probably just having people come in because they want to party after work. There are two options. Okay. So I can go and help out the student council while I'll go to work. Interesting. Is this important? Because I'm wondering. Does it happen today or? Because I remember. Well, actually, am I confusing myself? I can't remember. Anyway. Maybe, well, I shouldn't think too hard about this. I could go and help out the student council, or I go to work. I mean, probably going. Excuse me. Probably going to work. It's probably the better idea. Because you want to pay for those living expenses, right? And also earn money. I'd go to work, to be honest. I don't know why we're helping the student council. I guess as a favor. And in the future, maybe they'll do something for us. But, well, we're not going to do anything else. The whole reason why we, I guess what Shirou just said, quit the archery club, is to go to work more often. Right? So, or at least find a job and stuff. I think we should go to work. I feel sorry for Issei, but I should prioritize work. I didn't promise to be there, but I said I'd do my best to be there, so I should do so.
いや、悪い、一世。先約があるんで、今朝の続きはまたにしてくれないか。
先約？ああ、例のアルバイトか。そうか、それは困らせたな。こちらは今日明日で進退が決まるものでもない。俺の頼みなど気にせず、労働に励んでくれ。
Gotta learn how to say no, Hiro.
すまん。明日の朝一で続きをするから、それでチャラにしてくれ。
ん？そこまで深刻な話でもないと言っただろう。急を要していたものは今朝で片付いた。残った修理品はエミヤの手が空いた時で構わんさ。
そっか。じゃあ、バイトの休みが取れたら続きをするってことでいいかな。
一切ない。その時はまた頼りにするぞ、エミヤ。
Issei says farewell and leaves the classroom.
さて。
I should hurry off too. Even though there's no set time to be there, I should head for the neighboring town if I'm going to go to work.
参ったな。ほんの手伝いのつもりだったのに、3万円ももらってしまった。
Hey, cash. How much is 30,000 yen? That's about $300, right? A little bit, maybe a little bit less than that. Call it receiving a windfall, I guess. Copenhagen, the place where I work today, is like a liquor store and a bar, and a lot of people are needed to restock inventory. It's a big job that takes at least 5 people, and it doesn't hurt to have more help. But the boss just said to everyone in his usual tone, completely relaxed about it. But as it turned out, I was the only one who came, along with the boss and his daughter, Neko-san. Neko?
バカだねあんた。そりゃ誰も来るわけないじゃん。
Neko-san was scolding the boss, but I showed up to be the victim, defying their expectations. They welcomed me with a cheer, and we decided to clean up the storage area as best we could. And so, before we realized, 2 hours had passed and we'd finished restocking the inventory. Brownie? If I'm not mistaken, that's some sort of, familiar spirit? Is our boss a magus? Oh no. He's the 7th master. He's gonna kill us with his servant. After work, the boss eats a brown cake while being impressed.
違います。力仕事には慣れてるし、ここのバイトも長いし、倉庫のどこに何があるかぐらいは把握してるからです。伊達にガキの頃からここで働かせてもらってません。
あ、そっか。あれ、シロ君ってもう5年だっけ？
そのぐらいですね。親父が亡くなってからすぐに雇ってくれたの、親父さんのとこだけだったし。
ありゃりゃ、わあ、僕も年を取るわけだ。
He eats his rum cake. Neko-san is drinking hot sake next to him. The family is well balanced, as the boss likes sweet things while his daughter likes spicy things. So,
けど助かったわ。こんだけやってもらって、おだちんがケーキだけっていうのもあれだし。はい、これ僕からの気持ち。
he hands me 3 10,000 yen bills. A reward unmatched for the 3 hours of work I did, much more than I would get even a week's work. Well, that's, a pretty good bonus. I hesitate, but decide to accept what I'm given. And I'm...
ちょい待ち。エミヤ、今日の話誰から聞いた？
Well, I was about to narrate as I'm leaving Copenhagen, but got interrupted by voice acting. Oh no. Emiya. Are you a literal cat, Neko-san? I don't know. Neko does mean cat in Japanese. Neko-san stops me while curled up in front of the heater.
確か古見さんですけど。
学生に自分の仕事を押し付けるんじゃないってのよ、あのバカ。 まあそれはいいとして。何？じゃあ今日の棚卸しまた聞きだったのに来たんだ。
ああ、まあ暇だったら手伝ってくれって感じで。
古見もバカだけど、エミヤンもおバカさん？まあいいけど。君さ、人の頼みを断ったことないでしょ。前に私と父が風邪で寝込んだ時も店番してくれたし。
Never turn down anyone asking for help. I guess that's sort of true because we needed to go to work, and we also didn't need to help with Issei, but we do so anyway.
別にそんなことはないですけど、俺無理な注文は受けませんもん。自分でできることでできる場合だけ引き受けますから。
No, on the other hand, though, we do get paid for work, so I think that's fair.
あん時、君も風邪ひいてたんだけどね。
Well, that's no good. You're gonna make everyone else sick as well if you're going to work while you are sick.
まあいいけど。私が何を言いたいかっていうとですね、エミヤンはいいやつで、ちょっとバカで、そのあたり、私は心配なので、今度藤村に、ちょっとは顔出せやこら、と伝えておいてほしいのです。
You're a good person, but also, you're stupid. Neko-san circles her finger while drinking some hot sake. She seems to think I'm a firefly or something.
はあ、とにかく藤姉に伝言？
そう。じゃあね。あんまし頑張りすぎんなよ、少年。
少年？
いつの間にか橋越えてら。
I made it from the neighboring town of Shinto back into Miyama City while I was daydreaming. I walked through the moonlit town. The time is around 7:30. There should be people around at this time, but there's no sign of anyone.
そういえば確か。
There was some crime here in Miyama City a few days ago. A burglar murdered someone, I think. That must be why there's no one around, and why the school curfew became 6 o'clock.
ガス漏れに強盗か。物騒なことになってきたな。
Well, no wonder there are fewer people walking around at night. It's getting too dangerous to let Sakura go home on her own. Sakura's house is in the residential area on the other side of town. Starting tonight, I would walk her home. For a moment, I can't believe my eyes. There's someone on the road which I thought was empty. The person is standing above me as if looking down at me. Without realizing it, I hold my breath. The silver-haired girl smiles and descends the hill without a sound. As she passes...
早く呼び出さないと死んじゃうよ、お兄ちゃん。
How cryptic. She says something strange. I go up the hill and reach my house. As the lights are on, Sakura and Fujine must be home already. You're not gonna think about that at all? Or at least, you're just gonna go home as usual? This random girl just jumped off from somewhere and just told you something weird. I mean, at the very least, aren't you gonna question whether she's sane or not? Emiya Shirou. I smell dinner the moment I enter the living room. At the table are Sakura and Fujine, in the middle of dinner. It seems the main dish tonight is chicken and cream, and Fujine, who loves white sauce, is in good mood.
おかえりなさい、先輩。お先に失礼していますね。
ただいま。遅くなってごめんな。もうちょっと早く帰ってくればよかったんだけど。
いいです。ちゃんと間に合いましたから。ちょっと待っててくださいね。
頼む。手を洗ってくるから、人のおかずを食べないように藤姉を見張っといてくれ。
はい、きちんと見張っています。
I returned to my room. It's a fairly empty room compared to the shed, but since I don't have any hobbies, I think it's quite decorated. I don't have any hobbies. I mean, your hobby is fixing things, right? That's a hobby. Most of them are random things Fujine has left here, though. I wash my hands, change, and return to the living room to find my dinner ready.
いただきます。
Itadakimasu.
はい、お口に合えばいいんですけど。
Sakura is terribly modest. Her cooking skills have vastly improved in the past year. She has me completely beat at Western-style foods, and I can barely beat her at Japanese food. Neither of us have touched Chinese, however. I'm pleased my pupil is getting better, but it's kind of depressing when the teacher is defeated by the student. It's as good as I expected. Chicken becomes harder the longer you cook it, so it's juicier and tastier if you roast it before cooking it, even though it's tedious. That's done perfectly here. It's a master's skill, however beyond the clumsy Fujine.
どうでしょうか、先輩。今日のはうまくいったと思うんですけど。
文句なし。ホワイトソースも絶妙だ。もう洋物じゃさくらにはかなわないな。
さくらちゃんがご飯作ってくれるようになってからお肉関係が美味しくなった。
With that, Fujine, who had been preoccupied with her food, lifts up her head.
あ、ダメよ、シロ。学生がこんな夜更けに帰ってきちゃいけないんだから。
Ah. It seems she's in a bad mood now she's seen my face, even though she was happy because of dinner.
もう、また誰かの手伝いをしてたんでしょう。それはそれでいいことだけど、こんな時ぐらいは早く帰ってきなさい。最近物騒だぞってホームルームで言ったじゃない。あれ、シローに倒して言ったんだからね。
さ、わざわざホームルームで言わなくても、うちで言えばいいんじゃないの？
ここで言っても聞かないもの。学校でガツンと言った方がシローには効果的なんだもん。
先生、それは職権乱用というか、公私混同だと思います。
それぐらいしないとシローはダメなのよ。いつも人の手伝いばっかりして損してるからさ。たまにはまっすぐ帰ってきてのんびりしててもいいじゃない、バカチン。
バカチン。
バカチンとはなんだよ、バカチンとは。いいじゃないか。誰かの手伝いをして、それでその人が助かるんなら、損なんかしてないぞ。
Well, you can be taken advantage of. Shiro.
キリツグさんに似たのかな。シローがそんなんじゃお姉ちゃん心配だよ。
Got it from his father? Like father like son? I don't exactly know how she's worried, as she's energetically munching down her dinner.
藤村先生、今の話からすると、先輩って昔からそうなんですか？
昔からそうなの。なんか困ってる人がいたら自分から手を出しちゃうタイプ。けど、おせっかいってわけじゃなくて、シローはね、単におませさんなのだ。
Fujine laughs dangerously.
藤ね、余計なこと言ったら怒るぞ。もう桜もつまんないこと聞くなよな。
Is it really a boring question? You just wants to know about your past. Your dark past. The main character's dark, traumatic past. Oh no. I glare at them. Fujine clicks her tongue.
藤村先生、お話を続けてください。
And was about to back down, but Sakura is taking the lesson seriously.
じゃあ話す
ちゃおう。これがね、シロは困った人を放っておけない性格なのよ。弱きを助け強きをくじくってやつ。子供の頃の作文なんてね、僕の夢は正義の味方になることですだったんだから。
Ah, what an idiot. Wants to be a typical shonen protagonist. She's talking about things from so long ago, but it's all true, so I don't interrupt. Anyways, becoming a superhero is a goal I must not stray from even now. A superhero? What's your superpower? I guess fixing things? I mean, I guess that's a superpower.
すごい子供だったんですね、先輩。すごかったよ。年上の男の子にいじめられてる女の子がいたら助けに入ってくれたし、桐次さんが武将だったから家事だって一生懸命こなしてたし。あの頃は可愛くて純真だったのに、それがどうしてこんなひねくれた子になっちゃったんだろうな。
Are we so crooked now?
そりゃ藤姉がいたからだろう。ダメな大人を見てると子供はいろいろ考えるんだよ。悔しかったらちゃんと自分で飯作ってみろ。
Fujine crumbles. I thought she might drop her head and repent, but
お姉ちゃんは悲しいよ。さくらちゃん、おかわり。
Fujine asks for her third bowl. So I guess becoming a superhero, eh? What's your plan though, Shiro? You're just doing things to help people. Well, how you gonna become a hero? Does that mean becoming something like a masked, vigilante? Is that your idea of a superhero, or is it something else? I don't know. It's pretty vague just to say your goal is to become a superhero. Relaxing after dinner is almost 9 o'clock.
さて、何をしたもんか。
Become Batman. There's some time before my evening training. I should become Batman. No. I guess, yeah. You have options. More options. Save. Again, I don't know if these make a difference. I guess we might just see different scenes. That's all it really does. You know, that's my instinct anyway. Often in a lot of visual novels, like the first few choices that you make, especially in the very beginning, where nothing much happens, it's like doesn't really do much. You know, rest. That sounds like the boring choice. I'll play Fujine, I guess, if you want to learn more about Fujimata Sensei. But I did say I want to take Sakura home, right? That's what we were talking about, or at least talking to ourselves about. It's probably a good idea. So that's what I'll do. Sounds like the proper thing to do. I'll do that. I haven't thanked Sakura for dinner yet, so I'll go and talk to her.
そうだな。夜も遅いし、家まで送って行ってやらないと。
Sakura is in the living room, getting ready to go home, having finished the cleaning.
あれ、先輩、お風呂に入ってたんじゃないんですか？
いや、風呂は後回し。さくらを送ってから入る。
送るって私をですか？
なあ、最近物騒だから家まで送る。さくらんち結構遠いだろ？わざわざ来てもらってるんだから、それぐらいはさせてくれ。
Sakura falls into an awkward silence. Did I say something bad?
ごめんなさい。気持ちは嬉しいんですけど、先輩は休んでいてください。家までだったら慣れてますし、一人でも大丈夫ですから。
いや、それはそうだろうけど、最近物騒だろ？しばらくは家まで送っていくよ。
でも、兄さんに見つかると
先輩にまで迷惑がかかります。
Well, that's right. Sakura's brother, Shinji, doesn't approve of Sakura coming to my place. He can't object too strongly because she says she's going to Fujine's house, but it could be a problem if I take her home. I don't care about getting falsely accused myself, but it's not good if Shinji takes it out on Sakura.
けど途中までならいいだろう。交差点あたりまでならシンジと会うこともないし。
Sakura is silent. Considering Sakura, she must not be able to lie to Shinji if I take her home even part of the way.
それじゃあ
私が送っていこっか。
A tiger-striped English teacher appears.
ダメだよ。そんなの本末転倒じゃないか。女の子が夜で歩くから危ないっていうのに、さらに女の子を増やして。
Oh no. It's a mistake to call Fujine a girl. That's also rude. I was gonna say, like, I don't know, I don't think it's bad because she's like a fully grown woman, she can take care of herself. But I guess Shiro has a different idea. For starters, she doesn't head the archery club for nothing. Her fifth dan kendo skills are dangerous in many ways.
藤根なら大丈夫か。痴漢が出ても撃退できるだろうし。
I guess he's thinking more in terms of Fujine being a warrior.
できるよ。だからさくらちゃんを送っていくのも問題なし。それでいい？さくらちゃん。
はい。藤村先生がよろしいのでしたら。
決まりだね。それじゃあ行こっか。私も今日はそろそろ帰ろうかなって思ってたんだ。
Fujine starts to walk off, taking Sakura's hand.
ちょっと待った、さくら。
何ですか、先輩。
晩飯うまかったよ。いつもありがとな。はい。
ご迷惑でなかったら次も頑張りますね、先輩。
Saying so with a big smile, Sakura leaves the living room. I know I'm blushing. It's troublesome as Sakura surprises me a lot these days. Time flies. She was just a junior before, now she's a female junior to me. How pitiful of me. Sakura's like family to me, but I can't accept this change. And so the day ends. Just before midnight, Emiya Shirou must carry out his daily routine of using magic. I stretch out and adjust my breathing. I try to empty my mind. I ignore everything around me and pay attention only to what is inside me. Tores on. Is that your catchphrase? As if to hypnotize myself, I murmur the spell I'm long accustomed to. No, I really am hypnotizing myself. As I have no magic crest and no knowledge of magic, a spell is only a change to myself. Normally, there are no lines in the human body to allow the passage of magical energy. To artificially change my body to create such a line, I need enough concentration to unify my whole body and every nerve within it. Magic is a battle with yourself. For instance, at this very moment, I am inserting a burning steel rod into my backbone. This metal rod is the only magic circuit I can prepare for myself. When I insert it this deep into my body and connect it to the other nerves, I can finally become a magus. This is not a metaphor. Are you literally sticking a burning metal rod up your ass? maybe not. Maybe, well, again, I think he's just saying that. I mean, he's saying it's not a metaphor. I'm pretty sure it's a metaphor, though. As in, magically speaking. In reality, something like a burning tongue, which cannot be seen or felt, is being inserted into my backbone. Emiya Shirou, the man who said so, was really a magus. A living magus who performed many marvels and had touched the very structure of the world. As a young child, I admired him and asked him to teach me magic. But you cannot become a magus just through effort. It requires born talent and appropriate knowledge. And of course, I have no talent, and Shirou taught me nothing of magic. He said something about me having no need of such knowledge. I still don't know what he meant by that, but still, it didn't matter to me back then. I thought that if I could use magic, I could be like him. But I was not born with talent, no strength of magic circuit, no accumulated works of magic handed down for generations. I mean, I guess not, but you can do something, right? The work of magic Shirou possessed, the magic crest passed down the Emiya family, can only be passed on to a blood relation. A magic crest forces a rejection on those with no blood relation. So as an adopted son, I cannot receive the Emiya family's magic crest. Well, anyways, as I don't even know what a magic crest is, it doesn't matter if I have one or not. If you remember from the prologue, a magic crest, at least for Rin, was like a tattoo, I think, on her... Was it her right or left arm? I can't remember, but it was on her arm, I think. So now, all it comes down to is training what I can do. Yeah, I guess, well, he wasn't, like, taught how to use magic by his father, nor did he have any inborn talent or magic crest on him from when he was born, I guess. But he can still do some magic. I wonder how he learned that. Was it talent itself? Like, he said he has no talent, but this is more than what a normal human can do, right? If I want to be a magus, I have to learn magic fit to my nature. To be blunt, magic is a way to release one's magical energy. You could say that magical energy is my life force. It is divided in two forms. A large source, mana, floating around the world, and a small source, Ode, created inside oneself. Ode? OD? It goes without saying that the large source is superior to the small one. The power of mana is on a completely different level from Ode. Whatever the form of magic, a spell using the large source far exceeds one using only one's power. That is why superior magi excel at drawing magical energy from the world. It's like a filter. A magus turns his body into a filter, sucks up the mana from the world around him, and changes it into something he can use. This filter is what we call a magic circuit. Yes, well, we learn from prologue again. We are using, or at least a magus is using the body, their body, as like a tool to use the magic around them. Well, turn it into magic, rather. This is the talent one is born with, and the magic of the magic, or rather number of the magic circuits within you, is determined the moment you are born. So magic circuits can be quantified? Normally, human beings do not have many magic circuits. To begin with, there are always very few. That is why magi pile them up generation after generation, making their children more suitable to use magic. I hear some families go too far and increase the number of magic circuits by selective breeding. Interesting. Sounds, well, probably can be very much a, what's the word? Hierarchical? You know? Very much a, I don't know what the word is, but it's like, I assume some bad things happen because of families fighting over, you know, having more magical circuits and all that stuff. Well, since I was raised in a normal family, I don't have many magic circuits. So that leaves only one method open to me. According to Kiritsugu, every person has at least one form of magic they are fit for. He said something about drawing out magical energy appropriate to their origin, but I didn't really understand. Every person. Even a normal human being. So maybe he is just a normal human being, but because he knows about Kiritsugu and sorcery in general, he can draw it out even as a normal human being. But didn't Kiritsugu tell him that he taught him nothing? I guess he taught him something at the very least, because he knows all this. All I know for sure is that even I have some magic I can use, and if I train that magic, I may be able to become like Kiritsugu. That is why I learned only that magic. That was 8 years ago. After a lot of thought, Kiritsugu finally accepted me as his student. Oh, so he did teach him something?
いいかいシロー、魔術を習うということは常識からかけ離れるということだ。死ぬ時は死に、殺す時は殺す。僕たちの本質は生ではなく死だからね。魔術とは自らを滅ぼす道に他ならない。
I guess I had no fear as a child. Kiritsugu smiled bitterly, putting his hand on the nodding Emiya Shirou.
君に教えるのはそういった争いを呼ぶ類のものだ。だから人前で使ってはいけないし、難しいものだから鍛錬を怠ってもいけない。でもまあそれは破ったって構わない。一番大事なことはね、魔術は自分のためじゃなくて他人のためだけに使うということだよ。そうすればシローは魔術使いではあるけど魔術師ではなくなるからね。
Use for others, but not yourself. You'll never become a magus, but at least you'll be able to use magic. I guess Kiritsugu didn't want me to become a magus. Well, I don't care about that. I don't admire a magus. I admire Kiritsugu. If I can become like Kiritsugu and be there for someone like that, like on that red day, that'll be... I'm thinking needlessly. I feel the iron rod in my backbone slide into place. If I lose control of my breathing now, it would be a fatal mistake. The artificial magic circuit will eat away my body and destroy it. I guess I didn't understand it before, but I guess he's creating an artificial magic circuit. You know, increasing the number of magic circuits in his own body. But I guess it's risky. If that happens, I'll die. Eat away my body. I would be only an amateur, failing such an elementary step. I grind my teeth and resume the connection. After a battle like walking on needles, The iron rod finally arrives deep within me and fuses with my body. This process took me about an hour. After that much time, I'm finally able to make one artificial circuit. One circuit that produces magical energy.
基本可視解明
After that, it becomes a process of naturally flowing magical energy. Emiya Shirou is no magus. He's only a magic user who can create magical energy within his body and channel it into objects. So there's only one magic possible, which is
構成材質解明
strengthening objects. It is the magic of strengthening that reinforces the object's abilities by understanding the object's structure and channeling magical energy into it.
基本可視変更
Before me is a metal pipe. I will channel magical energy into it, perform the simplest magic, and reinforce its durability. I guess, well, what he said before, Emiya Shirou, he said he can't cast a spell, right? But he's doing one right now, isn't he? Basically, channeling your magical energy into something other than yourself is like pouring poison into that object. It's just as the blood of Emiya Shirou is not the blood of the metal pipe. Pumping different blood only accelerates its breakdown. It certainly wouldn't strengthen it. To prevent that, and to turn the poison into a tonic, one must completely understand the structure of the target and channel the magical energy into small open spaces.
構成材質補強
It must be easy for a skilled magus, but for me, who cannot even create sufficient magical energy, it's as hard as hitting a target hundreds of meters away. The usual target in archery is 28 meters away. How much harder it is, and many times that distance goes without saying. The heat in my body quickly escapes. The burning pillar in my backbone disappears, and the lungs stretched to the limit demand air. I arch my back to hold off the daze, almost making me pass out.
くそまた失敗か
Well, I guess he can't cast that spell after all. There's no change in the metal pipe. It seems that the magical energy I poured into it has evaporated into the air.
元から形があるものに手を加えるのはきつい
The thing I'm attempting is like adding something to an already complete work of art. Adding to a complete object risks making it less perfect. Adding unnecessary things will actually decrease the value. That's why the magic of strengthening is simple yet difficult, and only a few magi use it willingly. How do you know that actually? Do you know other magic users? I don't know if you do. I guess that's just what he's told from Kiritsugu. It's not like I use it willingly either, but it can't be helped, as this is the only thing I'm good at. It would be much easier if I could just form something out of clay and use it instead, but a substitute in appearance doesn't have the internal structure to match. The junk around here is a good example. When I fail with strengthening magic, I make some substitute objects to practice and to calm down, but they all end up with nothing inside. I can visualize something's structure easily, so I can make the outside look like the original, but it's empty inside, and of course, doesn't do anything. I wipe the sweat off my brow. Now that I think about it, I realize my whole body is sweating like I've been drenched with a bucket of water. But I'm lucky it just ended like this. That was really bad. If I had taken a second longer to recover myself, I would probably have destroyed most of my body.
死にかけた分上達するならまだ見込みがあるんだけどな。
It's not even that easy. But it is true that you won't improve your magic if you're scared of death. As long as you study magic, death is always right beside you. Even a simple magic repeated every day can go off with a simple mistake, taking the caster's life.
魔術師にとって一番初めの覚悟とは
Kiritsugu said so sadly. Maybe he meant that he didn't want me to take such a step.
誰かを助けるということは誰かを助けないということ。正義の味方っていうのはとんでもないエゴイストなんだか。
Kiritsugu said that to me when I told him I wanted to be just like him. I still don't know what he meant. There's a lot of things you don't know about Kiritsugu, I think. Shiro. But Emiya Shirou has to become a superhero who goes around saving people, just like Emiya Kiritsugu.
その割にこんな処方がうまくいかないんだもんな。なんでいざって時に雑念が入るんだ。バカ。
It's not enough to understand the structure of an object with mere vision. A skilled magus only detects what's important and channels magical energy without waste. My dream is to become a superhero. Sounds silly when you say it out loud, though. I remember what Fujine said during dinner. I don't think it's embarrassing nor impossible. It's already determined. Emiya Shirou will succeed Emiya Kiritsugu. That's why even though I'm inexperienced, I've done everything I can. I don't know what kind of person a superhero should be, so I can only approach it by helping others within the limits of my abilities. I've aimed straight for that goal for the past 5 years, but when things just go wrong like this, I do have doubts. It is a pretty vague goal though, right? Just helping people within your ability. What do you mean by help? And is helping always a good thing to do?
点でわからないよ、親父。一体さ、何をすれば正義の味方になれるんだ？
Well, first, you get some colorful tights and a mask, and you go around the city fighting crime. I mean, that's the usual idea of a superhero, isn't it? But we're not exactly doing that, are we? I look up the sky through the window. It's not like I can just randomly do good deeds. I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, actually, if you're thinking about it realistically, it's not like you just do that. I think being a superhero is different from just helping others. I know that. But the question is, how can I become one? The difference between the two is the thing I failed to understand for the past 5 years. February 1st, the next day.